Alright, and welcome back to another Coop Style review. I'm TJ Duckett, and what we're reviewing today is Max Factory's Figma action figure series, their Link from the Zelda games, or Zelda series of games. So what we're going to do now is, as per usual, go over the box first, check that out. What we have here is the open face cover, which I prefer, being able to see the figure and stuff like that. Seeing what you get is always great. Looking at the top here, very nice picture of Link himself with a cool sky background in this and whatnot. Same exact thing on the bottom. Okay, over here, really nice picture of Link as well. And this is the left side of the box. Alright, and on the back, just multiple poses and things like that, showing off some of the accessories that it comes with. Just really cool and really well put together photography. I like this box quite a bit. So alright, and looking at the other side, more of an action pose, showing off one of his secondary faces. Or maybe his only secondary face, because I haven't even opened this up yet. But yeah, just showing that off. One last look at the box itself. Alright, and there we go. Next, let's start taking a look at the figure. Alright, so taking a look at Link himself. Very, very accurate. I mean, the detailing on this thing is just fantastic. Link's never been a character design with, just a ton of little details and things like that, because his clothing is cloth, and he does have a more simplistic anime face, but taking a look at it, I mean, it's just gorgeous in the sculpting. It's one of those looks that I appreciate, because you would almost think that, especially in the face, it's more of a PVC statue than a figure. And yeah, you can definitely see why just from this view right here. Why I think that. So, alright, taking a look at it from some other angles here. Okay. Alright. There we go. Another angle. And getting him back here. Alright, so taking a look at the figure himself. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there is a bit of a slit here in his hat to allow for some different posing and whatnot. Give it a more winded look. And it comes out as well, it just pegs in. But it's a strong peg, so there's that. No multiple ball joints on the neck, but it does have one where the head meets the neck. So his head is on a ball joint there, giving him range of articulation in that facial area. Let me get a little bit more focus there. So I'm bringing it closer. The shoulders, good range of motion there. They definitely are ball jointed and very tight too. I do like it. So yeah. Alright. He does have some swiveling there, as well as in the shoulder itself, which is nice. Full articulation at the elbow. Alright. Full articulation at the wrist area. And the hands are interchangeable, so that's not really as much of a worry. Okay, now looking at his waist here. No actual swivel at the waist itself, but where the waist meets the chest area, he does have full range of motion there. So you can definitely get some posability there. But my biggest thing is, his waist is still looking forward. And then you've got his chest back. And it's just a bugger when figures do that because, yeah, it just doesn't look right. So, alright. Taking a look. His legs definitely on ball joints. And don't worry about the skirt being here. The underskirt here is definitely flexible, giving him a lot of movement. Whoops. And then I popped the leg off the ball joint, which is just awesome. But you can see it's actually still stretched out there. But yeah, definitely good range of motion in the ball jointed. Alright. and he does have twist and swivel there. Full bend at the knee. Alright, now let's take a look at the ankles. Definite front and back motion. Let's check out the side to side. Yeah, and there is some side to side play there as well. So, and he does have the feet that have the hinge at the foot. So definitely one of those instances where he's a good balanced character with a good amount of posability. So overall, solid figure, great look to him and things like that. And yeah, let's go ahead and check out some of his accessories. Now it's time to take a look at his accessories, which he does have quite a few of. All necessary, but you know, really cool stuff. Alright, taking a look, we'll just start from the left here. He's got a sheath for a sword, which does pop into his back, to this upper one here. Alright, just peg hook there, as you can see. Alright, and there's the shield here. As you can see, front to back, it has the piece for the forearm to go through, as well as one of his different hands. And you can see the hands over here for sure. So what's nice about the shield, though, this actually unpegs the forearm strap as well as the handlebar. Alright, let's reconfigure that. Whoops. Get it turned correctly there. Alright, so we've got that, right? And what we can do from there is take that same sheath there. Okay. Get that put in. And peg it right back in. And boom, you've got his... You've got both his sheath and his shield on his back. Now the sword actually goes into the sheath, which is really neat. Okay? Alright, so there we have that. Alright, so looking at this, some of his alternate faces here. Or he has one alternate face. It's more of an angry face. Actually move that out of the way. Alright. As well as his front bangs in a little bit more of a frazzled state. Okay? Just to put those together a bit and so you can see how they look. Right there. Alright. So before we go ahead and get him into a pose, I want to go over the rest of the accessories. Alright. So, I actually stand him back up now. You know what? This gives me the opportunity to show off his other accessory. Haha. He does come with a stand, which pegs into the lower part of his back. We'll just keep that there for right now. Haha. Alright. It's a very adjustable stand as well, so there's that. And I will peg his sword back into his back. So yeah, they've definitely got you covered there. When you're shaking around the table like I am. So variety of hands here. You see he's got some open hands, semi-open hands, some open fists so that he can hold a sword and whatnot. And you see that they're at angles. Okay. And another cool one is this wind effect for a slash. The sword actually just slides through. And boom, there you go. Okay, so it looks like he's slashing through. Alright, so let's go ahead and try out some of these other accessories. I'll go ahead and take his right hand here, the one meant to hold his weapon. Get that through. It looks like a closed fist, but there's still room for the weapon to fit in here. Alright. Get it around the thumb. You kind of have to grip it around. It's pretty tight. So there we go. Now his hand's holding it. Twist that around. Okay. Get this pegged in here. And I like that his accessories are very easy to integrate with each other. They peg out really well. So, and one thing that I actually missed, the end of his sword comes out so that you could just slide it through his hand easier. So that's my derp. Alright. You will give him more of that type of pose. Get it angled downward a little bit. And let's go ahead and change his face out. Alright. Take that off so it's a bit easier. Get that off the peg hook there. Alright, so you see he has the bottom here. Alright. And both the head and the face just pop off from the front. So face first. Peg that in. Alright. Peg in the bangs. Pop that peg back into the neck. The only thing that kind of bugs me is you gotta find the right angle to peg it down at, or else it really doesn't want to go at all. So kind of annoying, but minor nuisance. Once you find it, it's good. So okay, get the shield back in play there. Takes a little bit of work. Alright. In fact, we will go ahead and actually have him hold the shield while we're goofing around here on camera. Why not? Okay. Let's get this handle back together. Put that in. So let's see what we can do. Alright, we can just take another fist there. We'll take the handle back out. We're going to slide the handle through. Alright, see how he's holding the handle there? We're going to peg this one off. Get the forearm through. Whoops. You could always do this part after and just peg in the forearm piece. It doesn't matter either way. But, in fact, we'll do it that way. So we're going to unpeg the shield. Peg in the forearm to make sure that that's right. Or actually the hand back into the shield. Alright, took that off camera for a second just to get that peg back in. Had to look at it a little bit more closely. The peg holes are really small, so for me personally, they're just kind of hard to see at a distance here around the camera. Alright, so I'm taking the hand here. I'm actually going to take a razor so I can peg that out. Just pegging that back into the wrist. Jesus, I swear, it's always during the reviews. Okay? And from there, I'm just pegging that back into place. Okay? And these are tight. It fits kind of tight around the wrist. But, there we go. We've got his sword and we've got his shield. Now we can get his knees bent a little bit more forward. And boom. Let's go ahead and zoom in some. Get that out of the way. And we've got a really nice pose on Zelda here. In fact, I Like it quite a bit. Might have to snap a shot of this for the Pictorial review that I'm doing on kumastyle.com. So yeah, there you go. Alright, so my final thoughts on this figure. If you're a fan of Zelda, Nintendo swag, video games in general, just like to own memorabilia from it and stuff like that, or even just playing good figures, this is definitely one I'd recommend. It's highly posable, not highly detailed because it doesn't have a lot of minor things, but it just looks well and very accurate. It's one of those figures that looks like it jumped right out of a cartoon or a game itself onto your shelf. You know, in terms of accuracy, it's just on. A good amount of accessories and things like that, and a really decent price. I believe I bought this for around 50 shipped EMS, so definitely not bad. And one thing I do have to warn about is the big news was that American retailers apparently are not getting this piece at all. So if you are going to order it, Ami Ami at this time, December 8th, does still have, it looks like plenty in stock. So definitely order yours now because I would highly, highly, highly recommend this figure. Thank you for watching. Once again, this has been Max Factory's Figma series, Link from the Zelda video game series. This has been another Kumastyle review. See you guys next time.